Namaskaram. I'm Rakesh Venkatachalam. So I have a couple of tales from the Puranas to tell you today. One is on Kanda Sashti Kavasam and the other is on again Muruga. So the first one is like this. It is the backdrop of this is a place called Veera Mahendrapur, which is in today's Pazhani, Tiruchendur, that area. So this is a place which was the home of Surapadman, one of the fiercest asuras of that period of time. There were another two asuras, Rakesh, Tarakasura and Simhamukam. These three asuras were completely destroying the peace of life in that area, and the devas had no clue what to do with these asuras because Surapadman had a boon from Lord Shiva that only his son can kill him. So the devas go to Brahma saying, "You are the creator, you please help us." So Lord Brahma says the only way to solve this problem is to approach Lord Shiva himself to create a hero who can actually go and kill Surapadman. So they go to Lord Shiva, and Lord Shiva is deep in penance. Nobody had the courage to disturb him when he is in penance. So they go back to Brahma. Brahma says, "Please talk to Goddess Parvati and Kamadev, Lord Kamadev. They may give you some ideas." So they go to Parvati. Goddess Parvati gets into a penance to get Shiva's attention. And Kamadev takes the form of Manmatha. And when he takes that form, he gives amorous feelings in people. Feelings of love. So with a flower arrow, he shoots a flower arrow at Lord Shiva, and Shiva is disturbed. And in his anger, he kills him with his third eye. He opens his third eye and kills Kama. He burns him. So Devas request him to bring him back because he is Kamadev, the god of love. So he brings him back to life, and the Devas say, "Lord Shiva, please," they request him to create a baby who can grow as a hero and defeat Surapadman. So he releases 6 sparks from his third eye, and those 6 sparks fall into the Saravana Poigai, which is there today as well, near Pazhani. So those 6 sparks, when they fall into that river, they create 6 divine babies who are brought up by the Kartikeya sisters, 6 Kartikeya sisters. So when Parvati comes to see the baby, she's so overjoyed, she hugs them together like this, and they form one beautiful divine boy with 6 faces and 12 hands and 2 feet. 6 faces called Mugam. Ar means 6 in Tamil. Mugam means faces. Shanmugam. Shanmugam is another name for him. These are all names of Lord Muruga as well. Armugam, Shanmugam. Okay. Then he grows into an adolescent and learns the warrior skills, the fighting skills very well, and he's a well-rounded personality. He's compassionate, he's wise, and he grows into an adolescent, and he's named as Kumara. Okay, at this stage itself, he's given a lance called as a veil, that spear, which is a celestial weapon from Parashakti, his mother. So that when it comes from her Parashakti form, it has got divine powers. So with that kind of courage, he takes on the responsibility to go and defeat Surapadman. He takes on the journey towards Veeramahendrapur. On his way, he defeats Simhamukham and Tarakasura. And the battle starts, and then over a 6-day battle, he defeats Surapadma. This is in the Kartikeya Masam. Okay, Kartikeya month is around October-November time frame, in the waxing phase of the moon, Shukla Paksha. So the 6th day is called as Kanda Sashti, named after Skanda. See, the other Purana which goes is that when Shiva and Parvati were making love, Shiva's semen falls, and that fall, the name Skandar means fall. So that's the name, it's another variation of this Purana. So hence the name Skanda Sashti. Okay. So this day is celebrated with a lot of fervor in South. And people go into complete delirium dancing with something called as a kavadi. This brings me to the second short story. So this kavadi, right? It's something like one rod with a round wood. Okay, so people carry flowers in it, and it's like a rod like this, and with a round wood like this, covering, and people can carry something like this with flowers all over. Okay, so the story behind this is like this. Lord Shiva he wanted 2 mountains, Shivagiri and Saptagiri, to be moved to the south part of India. So he tells Agastya, please do this task, and Agastya passes on this thing, orders to Idumban. Idumban is an asura. Not all asuras are bad, for your information. So Idumba is an asura who is given a task by a sage Agastya. Okay, so he is. So Idumban takes these 2 rocks like this. That kavadi is actually, so he takes these 2 rocks like this, and then he goes towards the south. So when he reaches the south area, he feels tired and he just stops. Then after some time he comes back to take the rocks. The rocks are so heavy, and he sees a boy there. So that boy, is just having some kind of a loincloth, and so he wonders, who's this boy? So he goes and tells him, I'm not able to carry this. What did he do to this? So they start fighting, and he gets killed. So later on, he is brought back to life because the boy gets a request to bring back him to life. And obviously he finds that boy is none other than Lord Muruga. And Lord Muruga is over there in that, he's not in a good mood. Why is he not in a good mood? Because he's lost kind of a competition with Ganesha, his elder brother. He had his parents had given the kids a competition that whoever travels around the world the fastest will get a bowl of fruits. Muruga promptly goes around the world in his peacock. By the way, this peacock, just a small deviation. So when he defeats Surapadman, he defeats him with a spear. That spear breaks Surapadman into 2. One becomes the peacock, which is his vahana to go around the world, and the other becomes the rooster, which is there in his flag. So coming back to this story, so he goes around the world, literally goes around the world, and Ganesha uses his brains. He goes around his parents 3 times. Job done. By the time Muruga comes back, the fruits are gone. So Muruga gets angry. He's saying, what is this? This is not what, I did the fair thing, and this is not doing some shortcuts. It's not okay. So he gets angry, and then he just leaves the place and he goes to this place. That's where he's in that state of mind when Idumban finds him, and so that's why they have a fight. So Lord Shiva comes there to to pacify Muruga, to tell him, Muruga, Subramanya, Kumara, these are all his names. You are the fruit yourself. Why do you need fruits? You are the fruit. Param ni. Param means fruit. Ni means you. Hence the word Parani. Okay? So this is the other beautiful story of Lord Muruga. Now, see, the message I'd like to leave with you guys is that when he grew into a man, he was called as Muruga, Lord Muruga, and he was, with all his valor and skills, he was the automatic choice of Deva Senapati, the general of the Devas. Okay, and so in among the Devas, he is the general. He's a commanding, he's a commander. Among the planets, it's Mars. So he is the ruler of Mars, actually. The parallel of Mars, the deity for Mars is Lord Muruga, Kartikeya. So in the Vedic birth chart, Mars, the Bhava Karaka, Mars rules the Karaka for the 6th house, right? Mars is the Karaka for the 6th house. And so the 6th house is very interesting. It is Artha house, 2, 6, 10. It is a house of finance. It is an Upachaya house. It also grows. It grows with you till the end of your life. It is also a Dusthana. It's got a lot of challenges. Dusthana means challenge, 6, 8, 12, these houses. So, and it is also the house of Prarabdha Karma, means you cannot avoid it. So look at the number of things 6th house represents. So it is very important. So let me come to the significations, the Karakatvas. It represents enemies. It's called as Aribhava, enemies. What are the enemies? So your actual enemies in life, people who are doing office gossip, today's world, office gossip. And any politician needs a good 6th house. It's the house of competition. Then short-term illnesses, boils, immunity. In today's world, immunity is what is being spoken about all over the world. You need a strong 6th house for that. Without that, your COVID will kill you. So, what else? Debts, service. It's a house of salaried job. Then it's a house of daily routine. So it's a very, very important house in today's world. So with this kind of a, he owns this house, and so it is said that when you recite the Kanda Sashti, so that 6th day is called as Kanda Sashti, Skanda Sashti, right? And this prayer, the hymn that they sing, is called as Kanda Sashti Kavasam. Please have a look at the video, which I have sung that song. So that and also the people use this kavadi, they go delirious, they poke spears through their cheeks, through the tongue, and they just lose their senses because they don't feel any pain. They just lost in the devotion to him, to Lord Muruga. Okay, so now coming to this house, they pray to him. Now prayer to him is so significant. It gives you power over all these issues. Okay, so that's it from my side today. So hope you like this one, and do listen into the Kanda Sashti Kavasam as well. That's the other one, other video. Thank you so much. Namaskaram.